All right. We should be live here. It's been a little bit since I've done a live stream here on YouTube, but I thought it was time to get back on here and go live and connect with everybody. We have a lot of new viewers here that have joined up and have subscribed to the channel here. So thank you all so much for all the support. It really means a lot to me. It's just been incredible since I posted that POV video from the rehearsal that I did before going out on the road. People have just been subscribing like crazy, and it's just been absolutely incredible. So thank you all so much for all the support with that. And I just thought it was time to go live and connect with some new people that I haven't met here on YouTube before. So welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Really means a lot to me. I have several announcements that I'm really excited to be talking about in today's live stream. So I'm just going to wait it out here a little bit till we get some more folks joined up here. And hope everybody's doing real well out there. Happy Sunday, 11 a.m. here in Nashville. It is really hot here. Was out at the pool all day yesterday, which was really nice. And but man, it was like 103, something like this. So it was pretty toasty, but good time for sure. If you guys have any questions for me whatsoever, feel free to drop it there in the chat box there. Be happy to answer them. There's a couple questions that really just questions as far as like any kind of technique or regarding any kind of in-depth guitar playing. Like I really try to avoid those because I have a lot of people that are hiring me to teach them one-on-one lessons. So, but really anything else goes. So any and all questions I welcome. Just besides like technical things with guitar playing, just because I just feel it wouldn't be fair to my fans that hire me for the one-on-one lessons. Let's see here. We got Magic Matt in the house. Hey, what's going on, man? Long time no see. Appreciate you being here. And really means a lot to me. And it's been a little bit, folks, since I've gone live, but happy to be back on here again. And it's a lot of fun doing these. Always love connecting with everybody. We got 615 the guitar in the house. What's going on, man? It's hot at 11 a.m. What's up, Justin? Man, not too much. Yeah, it definitely is hot, though, already, man. I just ran out to Starbucks here and, man, sat outside for a little bit, and it is toasty. But spent the entire day yesterday at the pool, like I was saying, man, and it was like 103, it was saying in my car, so that was pretty gnarly. Let's see. We got Ron in the house. Hey, Ron, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really, really appreciate your support. And a big thank you once again to everybody that has subscribed as of late here to the channel. This month has absolutely been incredible numbers for the channel here. Since I have done those POV videos from rehearsing and going on tour and stuff, the channel has just absolutely exploded. I mean, it's just been incredible. So I wanted to go live here today. It's been a little bit, and I just wanted to connect with everybody and all the new fans and all the new followers here on YouTube. So yeah, really have been looking forward to this. So thank you guys so much for being here. Really means a lot to me. So I've got several announcements that I have to make here. I wanted to talk about several things. So I have some shows coming up. If you happen to be in Old Washington, Ohio, I'm going to be playing there, opening up for Travis Tritt. July 18th is that date there. I believe in one of my previous videos, I may have said like July 11th or something, but I got the weekends mixed up. That is a Thursday. It's July 18th is that show. It's a festival. Going to be opening up for Travis Tritt, so that should be a lot of fun. And then the next night, we are rolling on to Morgantown, West Virginia. So if you happen to be in those areas, come on out, say hello, see what's up. Would love to meet you guys face-to-face. Always down for that. And then the following week, I'm doing 2 nights in Reno, Nevada. So if you guys happen to be in those areas, come on out, send me an email. We can meet up, or if you want to hang out at the gig, whatever it is, come on out and hang out, and would be a lot of fun to meet you guys face-to-face. Also, I'm very excited this coming week. I have a lot of stuff going on, but I'm very excited about this Wednesday. I have a 3-hour block, songwriting block. I have finally found my collaborator, and I'm going to be releasing some original music. So this has been a long time coming, folks, and I am just so fired up. I'm so excited to finally hit the studio and start recording some new material. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I have so many song ideas, so many different riffs, so many different things that I've just been waiting for so long to just find the right person to collaborate with and to hit the studio and to write some great music. And the demand is just simply there, folks. I mean, I get emails from folks from all over the world. People are constantly hitting me up. Man, when you release an original music, when you putting out music, when you doing music, when you doing music. And the demand is just simply there. So I am so excited to get on out in the studio, record some material, record some music, and man, I'm just so excited to be sharing this with all you guys. So stay tuned for that. My first session is going to be this Wednesday, 3-hour block. We're going to be writing some incredible material. So be ready for that, folks. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so stoked. So it looks like here we got a bunch more comments here. We got Madi in the house. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for being here. We have Ben in the house. Hey, Ben, longtime supporter, man. Really appreciate your support. Thanks as always for being here. Long time no see, brother. Good to see you and hope you're well. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it. I'm doing really well, man. I got to say, I really feel good. And I've just got so much cool stuff coming up here. I'm in a really good mindset, just really happy, really stoked for the future, for all this stuff that I've got going on here. So the channel has just been growing like crazy. And this fan base, and as I say, folks, this community is absolutely incredible. If you yourself have not joined up yet, hit that damn subscribe button. Come on in and join the family. Come on and hang out. This is a really, really incredible community. We have Ron here. Success and safe travels on the gigs. Thanks so much, Ron. I appreciate it. Madi just asked, how do you feel? I just answered that. I feel great. Ron says here, can't wait to hear your music. Awesome. Really appreciate that, Ron. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited to finally release this music, and it's just been such a long time coming, man. Like, I've been doing this here in Nashville as a hired-on musician for the past decade almost now at this point, and I've worked for so many different artists. It's crazy, but it feels so good to finally have my own music to be working on and to find this collaborator and get in the studio. And now I have this fan base here on YouTube, and it's just incredible. You know, I'm so excited to be able to share this stuff with everybody. So, you know, like I say, I have all kinds of future plans of potentially doing solo gigs, solo headline gigs, even direct support tours I'm open to. So right now, the first plan, though, is to just get the material recorded, get it out there, let the fans hear it, and then from there, we'll see what happens and maybe hit the road. I mean, I have all kinds of future plans and different ideas of what I want to do with this stuff, and I'm also going to be making videos with the whole recording process and just the songwriting process, so I'm going to try to document all that stuff as well. So I think that should be really cool, and I'll kind of post some videos here and there just along the way of the whole journey of recording this music and, you know, just the songwriting process. I think it could be a really good learning, educational experience for a lot of folks here on YouTube because it's a pretty unique thing that I don't think a lot of people are very familiar with. So I'm going to be doing that stuff as well. So stay tuned. First session is this Wednesday. I have a 3-hour block. We're going to be recording some incredible material. I found a great singer, and he's also a bass player as well, actually. So it's a pretty cool situation, and really, really excited about the future with that. Madi says, you deserve it. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'm coming in Nashville this August with my dad. That's awesome, man. Great. Very cool. I'm so happy for you, Justin. Really, I can't wait to listen to your music. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. That's really cool. Yeah, just the demand for the music is just simply there, folks. I mean, I get comments, I get emails from people from all over the world, and people just want to hear my music. They really do, and that's why I'm really excited about this. And these riffs and these song ideas that I have that I've created, I mean, I have probably over 100 different ideas at this point, so it's kind of crazy, but you know, I'm just so excited to finally turn this stuff into music that people can enjoy and listen to. So really, really excited about that. And also, folks, I've been very busy with doing the one-on-one online lessons. These lessons have been absolutely incredible. Speaking of people from all over the world, I mean, I am teaching people from all over the world. It is just incredible what the lesson program has turned into. If you yourself want to take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level, hit me up at jkm4231 at gmail.com, folks. Be happy to get you down on the schedule today. You know, I am teaching people from all over the world, and you're actually seeing and listening here to the exact platform, the exact system that I use for teaching these online lessons. Everything is all pro video, pro audio, pro everything, the best of the best. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the end of the lesson. So you could always refer back to it. You could keep listening to it. You can keep checking it out. And I really give a lot of different concepts within these lessons. So it's a lot of information, a lot. And, you know, the fans, the students that I'm teaching, they really are overwhelmed by how much information that I really give out within this hour lesson. But again, what's so cool is that you have this recorded copy, so you could always go back and keep reversing it and keep checking it out, keep learning from it. So you always have a recording of it to refer to. So hit me up at jkm4231 at gmail.com today, folks. I'll be happy to get you down on the schedule today. Thank you. Let's see here. We got Kenny Spears in the house. Hey, Kenny, how's it going? What's up, dude? Just chiming in. Hey, Kenny, what's going on? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I'm really happy to be doing this live stream once again. I took a little bit of a break, but we have a lot of new friends, a lot of new family members here, a part of this subscriber base here, a part of this whole community, and this community is absolutely incredible. So I find that these live streams are a really great way to connect with everybody, so I'm really happy to be doing this. I am going to be doing these once a week is the plan for right now, as long as I'm in town and as long as I'm available. I'm going to try to do it every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to be able to connect with all the fans here on YouTube. It's a really beautiful thing. Really, really enjoy these. We got Daniel in the house. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying your ear training lesson that I shared with you the other day. Let's see. Madi says here, do you love John Mayer? I'm going in Nashville at the Bourbon Blue Street. Oh yeah, Bourbon Blue Street. Yeah, that's on Printer's Alley. But you know, John Mayer, man, I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, as you know, he's had so much success as an artist and as a musician, and just the impact that he's made on so many guitar players around the world. I mean, it's incredible. If you go to Guitar Center or something, anybody that's playing a Strat is trying to play like John Mayer almost, I feel like. Almost every time I go to a Guitar Center, I'll hear somebody trying to play like John Mayer. And it's amazing, even here on YouTube. I mean, there's so many guys that I've seen that they just try to copy John Mayer. Like, there's no individual, unique personality in their playing. It's just trying to recreate what John Mayer does. So it's just kind of interesting. So he's had a huge impact for sure. But I'm not a big fan of that, just myself. It's just not really my style. But hey, man, he's written some very successful songs, and to do that as an artist in 2024 is not easy, folks. So I really respect any and all artists that can get to that level and achieve what they achieve, man. It's just really incredible. So Kenny with the lightning bolts and the guitars is pretty cool. Dig that. Randy's in the house. Hey, Randy, how's it going? Enjoying the show? Great info. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Let's see. Daniel says here, yeah, dude, it's crazy how impactful the ear training stuff is. Definitely. I know that it's working because as I'm playing, I begin to hear parts of songs as I'm working through. Good. Very good. Yeah, ear training is absolutely critical, and many guitar players gloss over that, and that's really the big thing, man, is like, it doesn't really matter about your technique. I mean, technique you could always develop. You could always, be able to play faster. But I just would much rather listen to somebody that has a really great ear where they can hear how in tune a note is and hear this phrase in their head, hear this stuff. And that's the big difference between really great guitar players and not so great guitar players. They kind of just, not so great guitar players kind of just resort to just a pentatonic box, let's just say, or something like this. And it's just kind of their safe zone, but they're not they just know that pentatonic box. They're not using their ears. They're not hearing this stuff in their head of different phrases and different notes, and really hearing this different stuff. And that's what really makes a huge difference between a really great guitar player and kind of an amateur guitar player, for sure. It's all about what it is that you're hearing, and hearing these notes within your head, and then being able to instantly get this out on the guitar with no thought about it whatsoever. If you hear the note C, you should know exactly where that is on the fretboard all over the guitar. Let's see. Stoney's in the house. Hey, Stoney, what's going on? What model Ernie Ball volume pedal are you using? Oh, man, I don't even know, actually. It's just like the black Ernie Ball volume pedal, and it has that upgraded string. I believe the string is called Kevlar string. I believe that's what it's called, because the silver ones, the big problem with those is that the string breaks on them so easily. But that particular one, I think it's like the anniversary Ernie Ball volume, and it has this Kevlar string. That's the exact one that I use because it's just bulletproof, man. I mean, I've toured with that thing. I've used it a ton. That string is just really, really strong. So that's the big problem. And I love the Ernie Ball volumes and the sweep. The sweep just feels so good. And there's just nothing like them. I've tried the Dunlop ones. I've tried the other volume pedals. It's just simply not the same. The Ernie Ball is the best volume pedal available on the market, in my opinion. So go and check that one out. And also use my Sweetwater affiliate link. This is a really wonderful way to support my channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra whatsoever. You can just check out the link. It's all linked down below in the description box. Check out my Sweetwater Top Gear picks. Okay, and I just get a small little commission off of the purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra whatsoever. So you can just click the link, and I just get a small little commission off the sale. That's all. It doesn't cost you anything extra at all. So check that out. We got Sean in the house. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Hey, folks, happy Sunday. Justin, how do you like that DigiTech Drop pedal? Any noticeable latency? The drop pedal is absolutely great. For a live player, it's incredible because it saves a lot of time during the set, and really I only use it like a half step down or a whole step down. You will lose some top end. There's just no denying that. But really in a live mix, man, whatever. It doesn't really matter, like it's so minimal, especially in a live mix. Like I say, I mean, there's so many things that are affecting your guitar tone anyways. For the studio, I would definitely stay away from it because you lose that top end for sure. But when you're going just a half step down or a whole step down, it's very tight, man. It really feels good. It tracks really well. If you're going any lower than that, it starts to get a little wonky, man, for sure, just in my experience and just in my opinion. But I really only use it just for a half step down because I'll work with these artists where it's like one song is a half step down, the next song is in standard, the next song is a half step down, right? So it's for something like this, you can just very easily click a button and you're already a half step down. And I like to have all the open strings as I'm playing guitar. So that's why I really like the drop. It's just awesome. And what else is really cool about that, actually, that I think a lot of people don't actually really talk about all too much, but what's cool about it is that if you're not using it for the detuning effect, you can actually set it down to the octave and dry setting, which is the one all the way on the very bottom of the whole chain of all of the different intervals that you can detune it on. But the very last one, it says octave and dry. What's really cool with that is that you can set it to this setting and you get like a micropog kind of a thing. So you get the sub octave, so the lower octave, and your actual guitar. So you can simulate like a micropog, which is really cool. So that's kind of something that you could do. Like say if a song has like this lead line, this ID lick, where you can have that octave and dry, you can have the octave lower and your actual guitar signal all blended together and get that micropog kind of a tone, which is awesome. And you hear that a lot in modern music. In the studio, a lot of people will record a top line and then they'll record a lower octave. So what's cool for you, if you're the only guitar player, you can use this micropog effect with the octave and dry, get the sub octave and your own guitar line, the top line, and have the lower octave underneath it. So it's pretty cool. But let's see here. Daniel says here, ear training is all about playing notes with intention, and I'm going to try to do this at all times. Yeah, it's all about what you're hearing. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest difference with any guitar player. When it comes to vibrato, when it comes to phrasing, when it comes to literally anything to playing guitar, it's all about what you're hearing. Let's see. It's true. You've got it right, Justin. Really, my first song I've learned is John Mayer. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Let's see here. Roger says here, what would your desert rig consist of? One guitar, one amp, and one pedal. Ooh, that's hard to say. I'd probably say a Plexi Panel Marshall for the amp. One guitar, as of today, would go with a Les Paul. But that's tough to say. I would debate it between an SG or a Les Paul. And then one pedal. One pedal, man. A tuner. Because if you ain't in tune, it's all going to sound like shit. Let's see. Paulie's Guitars and Gear, what's going on? Thanks so much for being here. How do you feel about having a mix of digital and analog gear instead of just one or the other? Man, I mean, the analog stuff sounds way better. I mean, it's not even a comparison, really. But the digital stuff, what's cool about it is there's certain things about it that make it very convenient and make it easy. Like, for example, with fly gigs and stuff like this, instead of having to rely on some kind of a random, backline amp, like a twin reverb, which I hate twin reverbs. They sound terrible. For guitar, that is. For different instruments, I could see maybe like a steel guitar or something. I could see why that's appealing to use one of those. But for electric guitar, I don't like them at all. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I was just saying about like with fly gigs, like when you have these random backlined amps, I don't have to rely on those, and I can just throw down like this quad Cortex thing and throw it into a backpack. And, really for a situation like that, the digital thing obviously makes a lot more sense because I don't have to check my pedal board or I don't have to rely on some kind of random backlined amp. I could just throw this quad Cortex into a backpack and I know I can dial up something that's just going to work and it's going to be fine. Again, when you're playing live, man, there's so many different things that are affecting your overall guitar sound. I mean, that by the time your guitar sound even gets to the front of house, I mean, it's already going to be sounding different. So, really, for the live thing, there's just certain things about the digital stuff that really does make a lot of sense. But that said, the analog gear, like the real amps, real tube amps, real analog drive pedals especially, it just sounds so much better. I mean, it's not even a comparison. So, let's see. We got Daniel here, and he says, I'm going to peace out. Just wanted to vouch for your lessons. Thanks again. Thanks so much, Daniel. Really appreciate that. Another positive review about the lessons. So, folks, if you want to take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level, hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your musicianship, your guitar playing to the next level today. Be happy to get you down on the schedule. You're actually seeing and listening here to the exact setup that I use for these one-on-one online lessons. It's all pro video, pro audio, pro everything. Looks and sounds incredible. And what's so cool about these lessons is that you actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the end of the lesson. So you could always keep checking it out. You can keep learning from it. I really give a lot of different information out within these lessons. So again, hit me up, jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. But also for those that are just joining us here, I made some announcements earlier on within this live stream. I have several shows coming up in the month of July. So if you guys happen to be in the Old Washington, Ohio area, I'm opening up for Travis Tritt July 18th. It's going to be a country music festival. It's going to be absolutely lit, so come on out and check it out. And also July 19th, I'm playing in Morgantown, West Virginia. It's going to be July 19th on that gig. And then the following week, July 26th and 27th, I'm going to be out in the Reno, Nevada area. So if you guys happen to be in these areas, I'd be happy to hang out and meet you all at a show or something. And I'm coming to your town, and it's going to be absolutely lit. So come on out and check it out. Hit me up. And also, I'm very excited this week, folks. I have a 3-hour block in the studio. I'm going to be recording some fresh, original material. It's been a long time coming. I've finally found my collaborator. And I am just so excited to be finally releasing this material. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And the demand is just simply there for original music. I get emails from folks from all over the world, different comments that people want original music. So it's been a long time coming. I'm really, really excited about this. So Wednesday is the first session, 3-hour block. And man, we're going to be recording some incredible material. So really, really stoked about that. Also, if you guys would like to support the channel, I have several links linked down below in the description box there. I have a Sweetwater affiliate link where I just get a small little commission. So if you're looking to buy a Deluxe Reverb reissue or a Nobles ODR1 or whatever kind of gear that you're trying to buy, you can use my Sweetwater sales affiliate link. And I just get a small little commission off the sale. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra whatsoever. So check that out. I gave Sweetwater Music my top picks of all of my favorite gear. I mean, they have so much gear there. It is just crazy. I mean, anything you could want, they have it there. So check that stuff out. And also, I've got some original music on Bandcamp right now. They're just all intros from my YouTube channel. I had several requests from people to release that as just standalone audio for sale. So I have that up on Bandcamp, so you can support the channel in that way as well. 16 tracks, all for $19.99. Really nice deal on that. And I also have a Venmo and PayPal tip jar. So if you guys feel like you got something out of these live streams or the content in general, you know, that I post here on YouTube, feel free to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar, the PayPal tip jar, and man, support the channel. There's a lot of different links and a lot of different ways that you can support this channel. Or you could even throw a super chat here on the live stream. Let's see here. We got Say What here. Say What says, say what? Deluxe Reverb reissue speaker preference. Man, honestly, the stock Jensen that's in the blackface Deluxe Reverb is really great. You know, I really dig it. I think it sounds awesome. I mean, just turn the amp up to 4 and it just works. So that sounds cool. I do like the Alessandro, the 12-inch in particular. That's a really good one. I forget exactly what the model name is of it, but it's just the Alessandro 12-inch speaker. I used to have one in a 66 Deluxe Reverb, and it really, really sounded good. I really liked it a lot, but I sold that amp, and I just have the reissue. So this is all 100% stock. You know, people ask me like, oh, did you clip the bright cap and do all these mods and all this stuff? Like, I didn't do anything to it. It's 100% stock. So I don't think you really have to mess around with it too much. I mean, these reissue Blackface Deluxe Reverbs, they sound incredible. I think they really work great, and you can do just about any gig with them. Whether it's a small club to a big festival stage, you know, I mean, literally any kind of gig you could want to do, you could do it with a Deluxe Reverb. Takes pedals really well, and just works. Let's see. Harry says here, there's a demand for original music. You mean your original music or in general? Yeah, mine. And in general, that too, definitely. Also, what do you think about AI and writing music? I mean, AI is really powerful stuff for sure, but I think it'll never be able to replace a real human and just the emotion and just, you know, that connection with the fans and just that place where, you know, with a real human, if it's coming from the heart, people are really going to feel that and really resonate with that. You know, if it's coming from a very authentic place, people will notice for sure. Let's see. We got Kenny here. Kenny says, good question. Say what? Yeah, say what? But yeah, thanks so much, guys, for all the engagement. Really appreciate this. This is cool. But yeah, going back to these deluxe reverbs, I mean, they sound great. I think every guitar player should have one for sure. I mean, they just work great. They sound good. They take pedals really well. You could do just about anything with them, like I say. Let's see, adult beverage preference. Ooh, it's hard to say. I love Modelo's. Those are great, especially if you're out at a pool. Like I was out at the pool yesterday all day long, and that was a good time for sure. But yeah, I love an ice cold Modelo. I love. I mean, I just love beer in general. I've been really laying off the sauce for a bit, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things. I mean, Modelo, I would say off the top of my head. I also like High Noons too. Those are really good. They're really, really refreshing. Oops. We got here Paulie's Guitar and Gear. Psionic, hopefully I said that right. Psionic Audio put me off buying any new Fender amps, not living anywhere close to a good amp tech. Interesting. I mean, I don't know. I've never had really any issues with this reissue. It's been fine, you know. But I love these blackface reissues. They sound great, so works for me. Kenny Spears says, "Where are you from?" So originally, I was born in the suburbs of Chicago. Originally, that's where I grew up, and then I moved to Columbus, Ohio. Then from Columbus, Ohio, in a suburb, I moved down to Nashville almost about 10 years ago now at this point. So I've been here a good while. Got started touring like immediately. Got my first direct support tour with Hunter Hayes. Pretty much my first month like into town. It's kind of a funny story actually and how I got that. I've shared that a couple times on here on YouTube, but yeah, it was just funny. I mean, I didn't know anybody. I didn't go to college or anything, and I just moved here. But I had found this guitar pedal. It was this full tone OCD Rico signed pedal. So, it's a more collectible version of that actual pedal itself. And the guy only wanted $70 for it. So I called him up and I was like, "Hey man, would you mind if I just tried it before I pay you just to make sure it worked?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So we met up at Guitar Center here in Nashville. And he obviously had heard me play at this point because I was testing it out. And he was like, "Man, you really sound great, man." He was like, "Man, one day I'm going to have you play guitar for me." And I thought it was, just BS, because it's like whatever, some Craigslist deal or whatever. I didn't know what the hell it was. But anyways, he called me up like a couple weeks later and he was like, "Hey man, I'm going out with Hunter Hayes. Like, how do you feel about, going on tour with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So that's how I got my first gig, and I started meeting a bunch of musicians. And ever since then, I've been working as a musician here in Nashville. So, which it's like a lot of the work here in Nashville for the common person, the common musician, is it's going to be a lot of like hired gun stuff where you're getting hired on for different tours and different gigs, different artist gigs, stuff like this, or maybe even cover bands or, different direct support bands, whatever it is. I mean, that's mainly the kind of work that's around here. So, that's just what a lot of people are going to be doing. And here in Nashville, there's so many artists to work with. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, it's kind of funny how like people here on YouTube try to paint this picture like it's like this, big ordeal. And it's like you take a look at the artist's tour schedule and they have 5 shows for the year, right? But it's just like, here in Nashville as a musician, I mean, this is a very common kind of a thing, is you're a hired gun where you just get hired on for different tours, different stuff. And, that's just how it is. So that's exactly what I've done for the past decade now at this point, with over 100 different artists now at this point. I mean, I've worked with so many different people. It's crazy, mainly within the modern country world of things. But, that's just, again, like the Nashville thing. I mean, it's country music capital of the world, right? So, yeah. Let's see. Kenny says here, oh, okay, cool. Very close to where I grew up. I'm in Taylor, Michigan, and in the Detroit area. Oh, cool. Right next door to Ohio. That's awesome. Yeah, Detroit's fun, man. I've played up there a couple times. I remember I was working with an artist. We were doing something where the Detroit Tigers, they have like that opening week. You're probably familiar with that, I'm sure, obviously, with you living there. But that was a lot of fun, man. It was really, really cool. That was several years back now at this point. But Detroit's cool, man. It's a lot of music lovers there for sure, man, which is cool. People in Detroit like to rock out for sure. Kenny says, awesome. So that's cool there. But yeah, really appreciate all the support here today, guys. This is awesome. Always fun doing these. We've already been going for about 35 minutes, so that's cool. And guys, you know, if you feel like you got something out of this live stream, feel free to throw a super chat. Feel free to throw a little love in the Venmo or PayPal tip jar. These live streams are truly a donation of time. But I really find these to be valuable and worthwhile because I love connecting with everybody around the world here on YouTube. And it's just a great way to connect with the community here. So if you guys want to support the channel, I also have several other links linked down below in the description box there. So check all that stuff out and check out my one-on-one online lessons. You're actually seeing here the 4K definition camera with all pro video, pro audio, so you're hearing it as well. This is the exact setup that I use for my one-on-one online lessons. So take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. Hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. Let's see. We got Coffin Filler here. Okay. That Silver Jubilee is fire. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a really cool amp. I like that thing a lot. Definitely different from like a Plexi, but it's really cool. I mean, if you're going for that kind of a scrappy, kind of more mid-scoop kind of guitar sound, it's really cool. I mean, really for that 80s kind of guitar sound, it's pretty much the perfect choice for that, definitely. So, really cool amp there. Fun for sure. As Joe Bonamassa says, the preamp in that thing is just amazing, and I totally agree. I mean, it just really feels good to play. It's not stiff at all. Like it's really just feels good to play, like under the fingers. You know, when you're cranking it up. I turn it up to like 6, and it's just a 100-watt Marshall, man. It just feels good when that's pumping behind you through a 412 or a 212 cabinet or something. It's just a lot of weight to the guitar sound. Let's see. Kenny says here, you got Cash App. No, I don't. I don't have that. I just have Venmo and PayPal. I just, find that PayPal honestly works the best. I think they're actually the same, but now PayPal and Venmo, they're under the same umbrella. But it's weird, man, with Venmo. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. But I find that PayPal really is solid, really safe choice to use as well, and just works really well. Let's see. I've got the 20 watt. Love it. That's cool. Yeah, those little 20 watts from Marshalls are cool, man. They're definitely fun. I had one of those Plexi, the 20 watt Studio Vintage, I think it was called, and that was a fun amp for sure. Loud as all hell too. I mean, even for 20 watts, it was like, wow, that definitely was surprising. So it was cool for sure. But I don't know. I just feel like for the Plexi tone, now it's different for the Jubilee, the Silver Jubilee, 20 watts I could see. Because actually on that amp, it does have a half power switch as well, so you could knock it down to 50, which is cool. But for the 20 watt, for like a Jubilee, I could see that working well. But I think for a Plexi in that just tone, man, it's got to be 50 watts or higher, just in my opinion. It's got to be at least 50 watts for it to sound right. Because I think the 20 watts, it's just not... I don't know, just not the same. I don't know. Could be crazy too. But that's just my opinion, at least. But yeah, folks, if you have any other questions for me, feel free to drop it there in the chat box. I'm really excited. I've got a lot of stuff coming up this week here, so got some more videos coming out. And I have my first studio session for writing new material. It's going to be this Wednesday. I've got a 3-hour block booked, and I'm going to be releasing some new music. So I'm really excited about that. It's very much at the beginning stages right now, but I finally found my collaborator, so I'm really excited about it. I've got all kinds of different future plans with doing this stuff, from touring to just at first releasing the music. Obviously, that's first and foremost, and actually recording it. But down the road, and way down the road, I've got plans to eventually tour on it and do some of my own headline gigs potentially. I mean, there's just all kinds of different stuff that could open up by doing this. So I'm really excited about it. So my first session with that is going to be this Wednesday for a 3-hour block. So really excited about that. And I have a bunch of shows coming up in July as well. So I was talking a little bit about that earlier on. But really excited about that. Playing in Ohio, Morgantown, West Virginia, Reno, Nevada. So I've just got a bunch of stuff coming up here, and really excited about that. So let's see here. Paulie says here, that blonde Bassman head behind you, would you say that's a more versatile amp than a Deluxe Reverb combo? I mean, it's just a little bit different tonally. You know, the blonde Bassman is a little bit more mid-rangey and has a little more top end. It's kind of reminds me more of a Marshall. Not that it is a Marshall, it's definitely not, in my opinion, but it just reminds me more of that kind of world, whereas like a Deluxe Reverb, what's really nice about a Deluxe Reverb is that, it's a 112 combo, so you could just carry this around and, throw it down and throw a mic up on it and just send it, man. It just sounds great. I mean, you turn it up to 3 or 4, hit it with pedals. It's just really, really easy. If you're playing a club in town or something, you don't have to carry a separate cabinet. That's the only thing with the blonde Bassman. I mean, I think tonally it's more of my style. I prefer a heading cabinet, like a blonde Bassman with a Bogner 212. But, there's sometimes with the 112, it's just all you need. I mean, you don't need to, for certain gigs and certain styles of music, certain applications, you just don't need all of that weight in the guitar sound. For me, I definitely prefer a 212 or a 412, but, if I'm playing like more traditional country, then sometimes the 112 is really all you need. I mean, you don't need to have this big, heavy guitar sound happening. Like that rehearsal video that I put out, that POV video, I mean, that's like the perfect traditional country kind of guitar sound. It's not too gained up. It's not too heavy of a guitar sound. And it just really fits in the mix really well. And especially in a big band like that, I mean, a 5-piece band, still you got steel guitar, you got bass, you got acoustic. It's more about finding that tone and finding those parts to really fit the mix, and really play more for the song, especially with traditional country. It's always about playing for the song, right? And it's always about like fitting in and really listening to all the other musicians, right? But I think with this Deluxe Verb for that kind of style of music, it's just perfect. And you hear a lot of the time, a lot of guys, they try to dial up like an 80s hair metal guitar sound, and it's like, well, that's not the tone of like a traditional country song. It's just way too heavy. Like, you can't be playing with that kind of a guitar sound in that style of music. It's just completely different. So let's see. He says here, I get you. I'm always interested to hear people's thoughts on those heads. It's an amp I've never got to try. Oh, man, you definitely got to try one. I mean, you should get one, too, honestly. I mean, they're amazing. They're probably one of, if not my favorite Fender amp for sure, and especially this one in particular. It just sounds incredible. It's one of the best. Actually, I had it serviced by Todd Sharp here in Nashville, and his guys were saying that this one in particular was one of the best ones they've ever heard. So I just normally like to get my amps like serviced like, once a year or maybe once every 2 years or something like this, just to make sure that everything is up to par and everything's running smoothly with them. But yeah, they're really great. Awesome amp tech here in Nashville for sure. Let's see. Barry Codigan recently said the same. I'm clearly missing out. I don't know who that is, but that's cool. Yeah, you should definitely try one. They're really, really good. I love to, like, if I'm running pedals with it, you'll see I have the volume here on like 4. But if I'm just playing plugged up straight into it, I'll normally turn it up to like 6 or 7, something like this. and man, it just distorts really well. But I'll pull the volume back down if I'm hitting it with pedals because it's just too much gain at that point when you have the volume up too high. So, you know, it was really, really good amp. And that through like a 212 cabinet, I mean, it's just this big, huge guitar sound. So, let's see. He's probably the best British blues player of the last 15 years or so, probably. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of great blues players, man. I always love hearing J.D. Simo. He's a great blues player. He has a thing here in Nashville every Wednesday over at Eastside Bowl, which is a lot of fun. And JD actually joins up sometimes here in the live stream, but he's a really amazing guitar player. You all should go check him out for sure. Always love great blues music. It's always fun. But yeah, folks, if you have any other questions for me, feel free to drop it there in the chat box. I may go for an hour, so maybe another like 14 minutes it looks like we've got here. So, you know, any and all questions I'm happy to answer. I try to stay away from more like technique questions or more like in-depth guitar playing questions just because it just wouldn't be fair to my one-on-one online lessons and to the people that hire me. So I save that for all of those guys that are hiring me for that. But anything else, I'm happy to answer here on the live stream. So feel free to drop it there in the chat box. And check out all my links that I have linked down below in the description box. I have all kinds of different ways that you could support this channel. I've got my Sweetwater Sales affiliate link. I just get a small little commission off the sale. So if you guys are looking to buy any kind of gear or, you know, whether it's a Deluxe Reverb or a Noble's ODR1 or a Phase 90 or whatever it is you're trying to buy, you know, go and check that stuff out there. And I just get a small little commission. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra. If you're already looking to buy some gear, it's just a good way to support the channel. But I've got that. I've got music available on bandcamp.com. So go and check that stuff out as well. And I also have a Venmo and PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. And I've just got a bunch of announcements here. I'm going into the studio on this Wednesday for a 3-hour block. Going to be recording some original material, so I'm really excited about that. It's been a long time coming, so I've got a lot of future plans for that stuff. And I also have several shows coming up in the month of July. Going to be playing in Old Washington, Ohio, opening up for Travis Tritt. And July 19th, I'm playing in Morgantown, West Virginia. And then the week after that, I'm doing 2 nights in Reno, Nevada. So come on out and check it out. Let's see, we got Paul in the house. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Love your show. Your biggest fan, the best, Paul. Thanks so much, Paul. I really, really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. And, you know, folks like yourself are the reason why I do this stuff. You know, without your guys' support, there's no way I could do this for a living. And I always think about that all the time. So thank you so much for all the support. Really, really means a lot to me. It's really incredible. And as I say, folks, this community is absolutely incredible. It's some of the best people are a part of this community here on this channel, and I'm forever thankful to everybody that has joined up here, that has subscribed, that's just become a fan of what I do and a fan of my music, and I'm forever grateful for that. So thank you for that. Really means a lot to me, Paul. Thank you. But yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff coming up here, folks. Once again, if you'd like to support the channel, I have several links linked down below in the description box there, so check out all that stuff. Smash the like button, too. Smash that button, you know. And stay tuned. I've got a bunch more videos coming out here on the channel. So I've got a bunch of stuff coming up, and I'm really excited to share this stuff with you guys. Got a bunch more online lessons happening this week coming up, so I'm excited about that. Really love teaching. Really a lot of fun. And I'm teaching people from literally all over the world now here on YouTube. It's just been incredible. So if you yourself would like to join up, hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. It's a really amazing platform. You get a recorded copy of the lesson. It's all filmed on a 4K definition camera, totally pro video, pro audio. You're literally seeing the exact setup that I use for these online lessons. It's all totally private call, one-on-one. It's all pro video, pro audio, and this recorded copy is just incredible that you're able to always refer back to it and keep checking it out. So hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com. Kenny asks here, how much does that cost? Send me an email, jkm4231@gmail.com. Be happy to get you some more information on that and explain everything out with how it all works and how much I charge and all of that good stuff. So these are really amazing. I really give out a lot of information within these lessons as well, and the platform just works so well. It's just awesome. I mean, there's no glitching. There's no BS with it. There's no freezing up, none of this stuff. It is like as if we are just sitting right next to each other doing this lesson. I mean, it works incredibly well. And normally how it goes with my students is that the first lesson, they want to see how it goes and see how it all works out. Once they take that first lesson, they're completely sold on it. And then they're doing it every other week normally, or some students do it every week. It just depends on the situation, depends on the scheduling, and depends on your budget, obviously, if you can afford to do every week or do every other week. But most students do it every other week is normally how it works. So once again, hit me up, jkm4231@gmail.com. Go ahead and link that here within the chat. Email right here, jkm4231@gmail.com. Hit me up. Let's see, Kenny says here, okay, thanks, my friend. I'm definitely interested. I love your channel and guitar playing. Plus, you seem like a really cool, down-to-earth, genuine good guy. Thanks, Kenny. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, this is me. This is just what I do. I mean, I love music. I love playing guitar. I just really enjoy it. I really love it. I've spent my life doing it. And I've been here in Nashville now for about a decade. And, man, I just love it. I love being able to play guitar for a living. I love creating music. I love doing this stuff. I've been so fortunate and so thankful to, experience the things that I've experienced. It's just been incredible. I've played all over. 100 plus artists now at this point, and mainly as a hired gun musician. You often hear that, hired gun. That's a lot of the kind of work that you find here in Nashville as a musician. But now it's finally my time to do my own thing. And I'm really excited. I have original music coming out, and hitting the studio this Wednesday, like I was saying. So really, really looking forward to it. And this community, as I say, with here on YouTube, I had no idea what would come of this, but it's just been incredible. This community is just amazing. And I've met people from all over the world. Even what my online lessons have turned into, I literally teach people from around the world. It's incredible. And this is all true, authentic growth, too, by the way. This is not bought and paid for like you see a lot on here. A lot of people are buying subscribers or they're promoting their videos or whatever because they're paying for it. None of this stuff on my channel has ever been that. I've always grown this thing completely 100% authentic. I've never paid for anything here on YouTube. These are real people. They're real fans. It's a real community. So if you have not become a part of this community yet, this is your first time here on this channel, hit that damn subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Check out some of my other content. Check out my videos. And send me an email. Love to get to know you. Let's see here. Tom says here, do you own a Marshall 2203? No, I don't. I'm not really crazy about those amps, if I'm being honest. I really like a Plexi much more than that, than like a JCM 800 or something. My first amp actually here in Nashville when I first started touring was a 78 2203. And then I had that going through a Bogner 212. And I had that and a Deluxe Reverb, and that was it. Those were the only two amps that I had back in those days. So, I really love those. The JMP was cool for the time being. It worked, but I'm just not as crazy about those as I am Plexis. When I first played a Plexi, it was like, oh my God, this is life-changing. It's way, way better than those, in my opinion. Let's see. Tom says here, how did you meet Tom Bukovac? I actually, it was kind of a funny story. When I first met him, I had no idea who he was actually, but I was brand new to town back in those days, and I just had stumbled into his shop. He at the time had opened up this place called Second Gear, which was here in Nashville. It's no longer in business, but yeah, I was brand new to town, and I overheard him talking to somebody in the shop there, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we're looking for a punk ass kid to come work for us." And I was brand new to town, and I needed some work, so I just went up to him and I said, "Hey, man, how about me?" And then he hired me right on the spot, and then I started going in there, and I actually had no idea who he was, but I remember I met. Brad Whitford, and I met like all of these amazing musicians that would come through there. It was incredible. So it was definitely really cool. But that's how we first met, actually, and I've known him since. So let's see. LC says here randomly, I like turtles. Okay, cool. Okay. Have you checked out Sir SL 67 or 68? Yeah, I used to have the 68. They're cool. They're fine. I think the master volume does affect the tone, just in my opinion. But I'm just not crazy about master volumes in general, though. I will say with plexi panel amps, it just does something. It does something to them. I don't know what it is exactly, but I just feel like I hear a difference. So. And really, for me, I mean, I understand for the modern player, there's a really great reason to have a master volume on a plexi panel amp, definitely. So I think what I will say with the Sir stuff is it's so well built. I mean, it's just incredible quality. I mean, really, really solid stuff. So it's not to say that it's a bad amp. I'm not saying it's a bad amp at all. I'm just saying, like, I feel like the master volume, just because I have the real deal, I have several of them. The master volume does affect the tone just a little bit, but obviously it makes a lot of sense for the modern player where you can dial it back, because not every gig can you have a plexi panel amp on 6, but really like a 50 watt plexi panel. I mean, this amp, that's how I run it normally is on 6. It's not really that loud. I mean, yeah, it's loud, but it's not like an early 70s super lead or something where it's like those metal panel amps are so loud, man. Oh my God. They're just brutal. So the plexi panel is a lot more manageable in my opinion compared to the metal panel. Oops, let's see. Jason says here, Justin, boost pedal before or after overdrive / distortion. Let's see, boost pedal. So for me, I actually like to do both. I like to have one before and then one after. The way that I use it on this pedal board is I have this RC booster actually before my overdrive just to get a little bit more gain, because sometimes I feel like I need just a little more gain for a lead part or for like a ID lick or something like this, just to really kind of poke out in a mix, just to have a little bit more. But then I like to have the GE7, which is an EQ, which is actually after the drive, because I like to add mid-range to it so that I can really jump out in a mix with this mid-range boost and really add those mids into the mix when I'm going in for a lead. So it really just cuts like a knife in a mix. Because the thing is running the boost before the drive, you're just going to get more gain. You're not going to get more EQ or more volume really out of it, which, you don't really need more volume, but you just need more EQ. You need more mid-range as a guitar player to really just jump out. So that's how I like to do it. And it's also cool with the EQ too, because you can shape the EQ depending on what guitar that you're playing through, whether it's a Tele versus a Les Paul or an SG versus a Strat, whatever it is that you're playing, you can re-EQ it to however you want. So it's very versatile. And I also use an EQ as well with acoustic. So but yeah, so really I like to do both. And my whole approach with playing with gain pedals is I like to just have like a low to medium gain pedal on all the time, and then I'll back it off with the guitar volume knob to clean up or to roll it back up for more dynamic and just more gain, of course, when you roll the guitar volume up. But then I like to just slightly elevate the amount of gain that I'm playing with. So it's like, okay, I have this bass tone of the Ram Nobles that I use here. This one in particular sounds really good. And then I'll just have the RC boost before it so that I can add more gain to it. And then I'll have the GE7 post the Nobles ODR1 so that I can really jump out in a mix, like I was saying. So that's the whole idea with that. Let's see, what's your record going to be like? Mostly instrumental tunes. No instrumental tunes. It's all going to be just kick-ass rock and roll that has been missing for a long time. I feel like, rock has just been pretty stale, There's several bands, though, I will say, that I've heard as of late that I really like a lot. It's just really my opinion. I think rock it just really, a lot of it sounded the same, to be honest, and there was not very much dynamic. And this stuff is really going to be next level stuff. So, and I found a great singer. He's also a bass player as well. So it's a really, really good situation. So, let's see. Tom says here, tell me about your diesel. Yeah, that's the VH4 in particular. It's just a 4-channel amp, which is crazy. It's a lot going on for sure. But, it's just cool because if you want to go for that higher gain kind of a modern rock or modern metal kind of guitar sound, any kind of detuned kind of guitar sound, I go to that diesel just for that particular vibe. But the clean channel is really good on it. I really like it a lot. It takes pedals really well. It's just really kind of a Swiss Army knife of an amp. I mean, you could really do just about anything with it. Channel 1 is a really great clean sound. It takes pedals really well. I mean, you could literally play country music with that Channel 1. It's that good. The clean is absolutely incredible on it. And then Channel 2 is basically like a JCM 800. It's just with a little bit more gain. And I actually compared the two of them, the Channel 2 with the JCM 800. And I mean, I was on an amp switcher and I could not hear the difference. It was like exactly the same, but just with a little bit more gain. And then, of course, the Channel 3 is like the famous diesel high-gain guitar sound, which I love. It's incredible, especially, again, for drop-tune guitars. It's just like a perfect guitar sound. Even drop D stuff, it's really good. So that's that, really. The fourth channel I don't really use because it's just really, really compressed, and it's just too much gain for me. I don't like that much gain. I want to have a lot of note definition in my playing, so... it's great. I mean, it really is solid. So I've never had an issue with it. It's just rock solid. It's really, really good. So, let's see. Kenny says here, RC boost, EP boost, Keeley, or Vertex boost. Which is your favorite booster pedal? Yeah, I mean, there's just so many pedals out there, man. It's just overwhelming. I've had this pedal board for years now at this point. I don't even know how long. I've had it a really long time. I like the RC booster. It just seems to work really well. I like that it has a bass and a treble knob versus a tone knob. And just for myself, I like to have a 3-band EQ over just like a tone knob. Because when you just have a tone knob, you don't really have the flexibility to really get in and dial up all of the individual frequencies, right? Low, mid, and treble. That's the thing. I prefer either a 2-band or a 3-band EQ versus just a tone knob on a pedal. Just my take. But I like the RC boost because it has the bass and treble, whereas like the EP boost, you just have that single knob, and it depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're just playing with a single coil and you're trying to lift up these single coils a little bit, just to kind of fatten them up a little bit. The EP boost is cool for that, and it just lifts up these single coils. But if you're playing like a humbucking guitar, it's too fat, right? So that's why I like the RC boost, because you can dip out some of the low end, But the Vertex boost is really cool. That's a really great pedal. Really, really like that thing a lot. Especially if you are running a volume pedal, it's pretty cool that you can take it out of the chain by using like that expression input. I really like that thing a lot, and it is cool to just leave on all the time because it just adds this little top end, kind of a chimey kind of a thing. And it's just really addicting to play through and to just hear that. It really does something to the guitar sound. I really like that thing a lot, actually. But, it's just one of those things, like the whole pedal rabbit hole, man. There's just so many pedals. I mean, it's just insane. And for me, this pedal board that I have here, it's just a Pedal Train Classic 1. It just works so well that I don't need anything else. I mean, I just want to play guitar. I don't want to mess around with all these pedals and all this stuff, man. Like, I just want to play guitar. That's it. So this is what I use, and it works great. So let's see. Hair Metal Harry says here, happy to see you back, Justin. Been enjoying your fly on the wall videos lately. Thank you. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Maxim says here, hey, any tips on keeping an SG in tune? Does the neck's flexibility cause you any issues? Neck's flexibility. There shouldn't be any of that, but yeah, I mean, with keeping an SG in tune, a couple tips, I mean, is make sure that the nut is cut right. Got to make sure that that string is free flowing through the slots there. As far as keeping it in tune, it's a lot about your touch, how hard that you're hitting the strings, how hard you're pressing down on the fret. I mean, add pencil lead into the nut slots. Where the bridge is on the guitar, where the string sits on the saddle, try to push behind those strings to really get that string to sit in that saddle slot. And that's really some tips on that. Let's see. Kenny says here, haha, I know, right, bro? There's so many freaking pedals, it's overwhelming. Yeah, definitely. It really is. I mean, it's insane. Like, everybody and their brother does pedals, man. It's so much, man. And it's like, I think so many people get so like excited about the gear, man. And it's like, that's cool, man. I understand it's fun. The gear is fun. I like chasing great guitar sounds too and stuff. And that's why, I've got a lot of different stuff here, obviously, but it's all for a purpose, right? It's all for a different kind of guitar sound. Like the Diesel VH4 is a very different guitar sound from the Plexi panel. Hey, that's pretty cool. So that's a very different sound from the Fender Bassman. It depends on the situation as well, where it's like if I'm playing a smaller club, I don't want to have to bring a head in a cabinet, so that's why I have this Deluxe Reverb, this 112 here. Or if I'm going for a blonde Bassman kind of guitar sound, it really depends on the gig and it depends on the situation. So that's why I have a lot of just, different stuff. So, but yeah, with the pedals and stuff, man, it's just way overwhelming. And I just would say that people focus way too much on the gear than playing. And it's like, man, just play guitar. Go and play with other musicians. Go and get out and do this stuff. Like, a $200 or $300 pedal is not going to change your guitar playing. So, let's see. We got James in the house. Hey, James, how's it going? Hey, Justin, I've been loving the POV videos. Thanks so much, James. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was fun, man, for sure. It was definitely fun to put those together. I think it's a really cool insight to what it's like as a musician. I wish I would have done it even years ago now at this point, because I mean, I've done so many different gigs. It would be cool to be able to look back and like check out that gig and be like, oh man, that was a lot of fun, or what the experience was like. But I'm doing it now, and that said, I've got a bunch of shows coming up here in July, so stay tuned for that. I've got some more POVs coming up here as well here on the channel. If you happen to be in Old Washington, Ohio, I'm going to be playing there, opening up for Travis Tritt July 18th, and July 19th, I'm playing in Morgantown, West Virginia. And then the following week, I'm going to be playing July 26th and July 27th out in Reno, Nevada. So that should be fun out there. Always love going out to Nevada. It's one of my favorite states. Always love going to Vegas, actually. It's always a really, really great time. I've had some amazing experiences out there, out on tour and stuff. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And the POV videos are a lot of fun to put together. So thanks for the positive comment there, James. Appreciate it. Let's see. Tom says here, when you do your videos, are you using a Fryette when using Marshalls? No. I notice you're sitting right by the amps and cabs. No, I don't use any kind of attenuator or any of that stuff with any of this. It's all just turn it up and go. I just think all of that stuff, man, anything you put in the chain, it affects the guitar sound. If it's an attenuator, if it's a master volume, any of that stuff, man, it changes the sound. It changes the tone. So I don't use any of that stuff. Jason says here, what are the thoughts on amp simulators in Nashville these days? More and more musicians seem to be heading in that direction. I mean, it's really to each their own. This is just my opinion on all that stuff, is I think it really serves a purpose in that it's very convenient. It's very easy to carry around and to set it up. Especially for like fly gigs, that's where I find a lot of value in that stuff, because, you can just throw it into a backpack and you don't have to check your pedal board or worry about if the stuff is going to, show up or not. You know what I mean? Like, you just throw it into a backpack and you carry on a guitar. You have your entire setup ready to go. So I find it valuable in that way, but tonally, it's not even a comparison. I mean, it all depends on what you're hearing, and that goes along with playing guitar in general, to your experience as a musician, to literally everything relating to music. It all depends on your ear. So for some people, their hearing is just not as good, right? They hear the amp modeling and they think that it sounds exactly the same, and it just doesn't. It's not the same. I would say for a live gig, now there's a lot of things within a live gig that really affect the guitar sound, right? So by the time that your guitar sound actually gets to the front of house, right, there's a lot of things that affect this guitar sound. But if you're actually recording this stuff, if you're playing it as a guitar player, if you're really listening, really using your ears, there is definitely a difference for sure. And it's funny with those things, man, because I've noticed, like in a live mix in particular, it's like they just don't sit right. It's either too quiet where you cannot hear the guitar at all, or it's so loud and it's so bright, it just is ripping your head off because it's so loud. And it's important, man, to have a little bit of stage volume. You want to have a little bit of stage volume coming off the stage, because if everything is all direct, then those first several rows at your show are not even going to hear any guitar if there's no front fills. So you want to have a little bit of stage volume, and I think it's just good, man, to have a little bit of stage volume from the guitar. Of course, you have drums that are right behind 3 vocal mics a lot of the time, right? So live drums are happening. You have live bass. Like, when everybody's just going direct, it's just not the same energy. It's not the same impact. So that's just my opinion. But it really depends on the individual. Everybody's different. People hear stuff differently, and it's to each their own. So there's no right or wrong way, in my opinion. I just feel that the analog stuff sounds so much better. I mean, it sounds so much better. It's just that it's so convenient, and that's why I have one of these things. I have this quad cortex thing, and I just use this because I can throw it into a backpack for a fly gig or something like this. And, it's convenient. It makes a lot of sense. So for that kind of a application. So that's why, again, I have several different tools in the toolbox there to be able to, facilitate different things in whatever it is that I'm doing as a gigging musician. So, let's see. Edian, hopefully I said your name right. Sorry about that, bro. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. How did you start learning country licks and hybrid picking? Greetings from the Netherlands. Wow, from the Netherlands. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Really, for me, I just listen, and I never really grew up as a country player. I'm more of a rocker, but with living here in Nashville, I've had to learn how to do it myself, so I just taught myself how to do it. I'm mainly self-taught as a guitar player, so I just use my ears, and whatever it is that I'm hearing, and whatever it is that I'm hearing, I want it to sound good, and I want it to be convincingly good enough so that it sounds very country, like the chicken picking thing and doing all that stuff. I taught myself how to do all of that. I just listen to really great players that do that kind of stuff, and that's kind of their forte and what it is that they do. And it's like, wow, that really sounds convincing. That really sounds good. And so then I would just practice it, and you just keep practicing it. You keep developing it, keep practicing it, And one thing leads to another, and then all of a sudden it started really sounding good. So I never really grew up as a country player, though. I just taught myself how to do it because I live here in Nashville, and it's just kind of one of those things that you need to be able to pull out if you need it as a guitar player here. So for these different gigs. Let's see. Is there ever a circumstance on a live gig that it's okay to do your own thing? I noticed in a recent video that you did your own take on the solo with the country. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes it depends on what the situation is, you know what I mean? That's the thing is it all depends, man. If it's like an extended solo section or something like this, then yeah, that's cool, but you really should be playing it a lot of the time like the record. So let's see. How many times in your life did you play Hot Wired? I've never played Hot Wired. I don't know what that is, actually. Let's see. Tom says here, it's hard not to focus on your gear. It kicks ass. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's taken me a long time to get all this stuff, but everything is really well thought out, It just depends on what it is that I'm trying to do. So whether it's a high gain thing, more of a country, traditional kind of guitar sound, or more of a rock thing, just depends. That's why I've got all kinds of different stuff. So let's see. For home-based guitar operation, a comfortable chair is the most important piece of gear, and a couch, of course. Okay. Let's see. You pronounced it right. Awesome. Cool. Thanks so much. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. Let's see. What is your dream gig in any genre? Ooh, that's hard to say. I would love to dive more into the rock world. I've been doing country stuff for so long that it just would be nice to be able to get more into that world. But I'm starting to work on my own material, so I'm really excited about that. But, man, dream gig off the top of my head, it's hard to say, man. There's a lot of really great bands that I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun to explore more of the heavy side of rock music. That would be cool. Even classic rock stuff, that would be cool. I'd love to do that. That's really hard to say, man, off the top of my head. It would definitely be something in the rock world, though, for sure. I'll have to think about that. I mean, hell, I think Motley Crue, that'd be fun. I love that music. It's fun. Let's see. Harry says here, Hot Wired, Brent Mason's tune. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Tom says here, have you played with Guthrie Trapp? He is so underrated. No, I haven't played with Guthrie, but I know of Guthrie. I've met him several times around town here. Let's see. Frederick says here, hello from Sweden. Did you find any 335? Man, no, I haven't yet. I've had to kind of hold off on buying anything for the time being, just because, pre-65 335 is not cheap, man. It's definitely expensive. So I still have not found the right one yet. So there was one that I was checking out a little bit ago that looked super nice. It was a factory stop tail. It was awesome. And, it was in really, really nice condition. But it was interesting because when I was looking at the photos, I kept seeing like how dark the back of the neck was. And I was like, man, something about that just didn't look right. But I wanted to at least get my hands on it and just feel it and just see what it was like. And I just knew as soon as I got my hands on it, I touched the back of that neck, I knew it was sprayed, man. It was definitely sprayed. And any kind of overspray on the back of the neck, man, I am out on that. And it was kind of funny, actually, because I wasn't even told that neck was sprayed, So it's kind of crazy. But you just got to be careful, with these vintage guitars. But for me, any kind of overspray, I'm out on. So I passed on that guitar. But from the photos, it looked amazing. Like it was in really, really nice condition. So let's see. Harry says here, how is Guthrie Trapp underrated? I don't know. I mean, that's what he was just saying, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Firebird video with Tom was great. That's awesome. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. Let's see. Did you ever try the Blue Guitar Amp 1? It's a small form factor tube amp made by a German amp builder, Thomas. It's on my pedal board and very easy to carry while having a Marshall Fender tube sound. No, I haven't tried it. I've never heard of it. I'm not sure. So, but that's cool. Enjoy. Kenny says here, Guthrie Trapp's one of my favorite guitarists. Awesome. Let's see. Well, time will come. You are pretty covered sound-wise as is. You have an amazing sound. Thank you, Frederick. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely. I've got a lot of gear here, so so it's I'm pretty well covered. So, like you were saying, so I appreciate that. Let's see. Jason says here, like you, I want to spend all my money on guitars. Is there a support group that you can recommend? Well, I'm a support for you, so, always here for you. If you need to talk it out, I'm here for you. But, yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to collect. I always enjoy it. It's also, too, that I look at this stuff as tools, for what it is I do for a profession, I use this stuff all the time, whether it's out on the road or, in the studio here at the house, recording videos. I mean, whatever it is that I'm doing as a musician, I use it all the time. So it's definitely worthwhile. Here he says, we love you, Jason. Yeah. See, Frederick says here, by the way, you should check out the new Nordland MT11 pedal. Great take on a Mastortion meets ODR1. Very cool. Yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, I'd like to check it out for sure. Could be a cool video too. Maybe if Nordland, if you want to send me one, maybe I could do a video on it. That'd be cool. Check it out. But yeah, there's just so much gear. It's just crazy. Like I was saying earlier, it's just hard to keep up with. It's crazy. I mean, especially when it comes to pedals. Pedals are just, man, oh man, there's so many of them. But that's cool. Sounds interesting. But yeah, so that's cool there. I've got this Pedal Train Classic 1 really that I'm just sticking it out with. I'm just committing to this. I feel like it could really do just about anything. And that's what I really like with the Line 6 M9 that I use here. Or even the HX Effects, if you check that out. Like Sweetwater Music's got one. And it's just really cool with those things, man, because you can reprogram them to do whatever you want. So if you wanted a reverse delay, if you wanted a chorus, a rotary, whatever it is you're trying to dial up, it's as easy as just twisting a knob, which is really cool. And I just really love it, man. I think it sounds incredible. So definitely check that out, the HX Effects or the M9. The HX Effects is a little more in-depth in how you can actually like route this thing, and there's a lot more tech involved with it. But I just have this M9 that I use, and I really like it a lot. I mean, for in front of like a Deluxe Reverb, man, it sounds great. And just got this Strymon Flint for Tremon Reverb. Sounds awesome. And really love that as well. And man, this pedal board, it can just do just about anything. So, yeah. So there's that there. And then let's see. Tom says here, thanks for answering questions. I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you. That's awesome. Always love doing these live streams. It's super fun. And, guys, if you feel like you got something out of this live stream, feel free to throw a little love in the super chat, throw a little love in the Venmo or PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. And, I really appreciate it. I just really enjoy doing these live streams because it's a great way to connect with everybody here on the channel and get to know everybody a little bit better. So, LC with the random comments again. I'm Ron Burgundy. Okay. Let's see. Tiger Palmer says here, would stacking two of the same OD pedals make sense? I try to stay away from it just because it's just too much gain. It's too much gain. If you have your amp up on the volume, you should never need to stack two overdrive pedals. It's just too much gain. I mean, if you have your amp up on 3 or 4, like a Deluxe Reverb, you should just need one. And at least for me, that's what I found. I don't think you need to do two together. I like to do something a little bit different. Like I like to have an overdrive pedal and then have like a clean boost or something before it with an EQ where you can shave off some of the low end or add some top end or whatever. And then, like more EQ post the drive. So that's why I like that GE7. It's really cool. So just to add more mid-range. So let's see. Mike says here, do you have a process for staying organized while on the road so you don't leave anything behind at a venue or hotel? Yeah, I've got a process for that. Normally what I'll do is I'll take some gaff and just label all of the cases that are out. So I'll have, say if I have 3 or 4 road cases out, then it's just like 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4. So I know that all 4 pieces are there in the trailer and it's all ready to go. It's all accounted for, which is cool. And, that's really my process with that. It's really not that hard though. I mean, normally, especially depending with the artist, if they have a crew especially, it's very easy. But, there are times where I'm also responsible for my own stuff. So that's really my process. Pretty simple. And we got James here with the super chat for the coffee. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it, James. Thank you. Had some sound effects there. Thank you, James. That really means a lot to me. And that really helps me out with this channel. And once again, guys, if you yourself feel like you've got something out of this live stream or out of the content in general, feel free to throw a super chat, throw a little love in the Venmo or PayPal tip jar. I've also got several links linked down below in the description box if you guys want to support this channel. I offer one-on-one online lessons. It's all shot in a 4K definition camera. It's all pro audio, pro video. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the end of the lesson. So you could always keep referring back to it. You can keep learning from it. And man, it's just an awesome platform. I mean, it's literally as if we were sitting there one-on-one, like right next to each other. I mean, it's incredible. There's no glitching. There's no BS with it. It really, really works well. So send me an email at jkm4231@gmail.com for some more information on that. Be happy to get you down on the schedule today. Thanks again, James, for the super chat. That really means a lot to me. So that's really cool there. And folks, again, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop it there in the chat box here. We have a really nice crowd here, folks. Thank you so much for being here. This is, again, as I've said a million times, this is a really amazing community of amazing people. So thank you guys so much for all the positive support and all the viewership here on this channel, and taking the time to check out the videos and support my music. I really do appreciate it, and it's all because of you guys as to why I'm able to do this for a living. So I always think about that all the time. So I'm very grateful for that, and thank you guys again for that. It really means a lot to me. It's really, really awesome, and love playing music, love being a musician. It's just awesome. So should also mention too, folks, that about this community, that this is truly authentic. This is 100% real people, a real community. It's not bought and paid for like you see a lot here on YouTube. A lot of these guys are paying for this stuff. They're paying for subscribers. They're paying to boost their videos. I've never done that ever in my entire time here on YouTube. It is 100% authentic, real people. Folks, there is no shortcut to having success as an artist or as a musician. It's the blood, sweat, and the tears that goes into it that really, there's no way around hard work. There's no shortcut. You have to really just put in the time and really put in the effort and really build up a true, authentic audience. And that's exactly what my plan is here on YouTube. So again, thank you guys. I just wanted to take the time to mention that this community is 100% real and just really filled of amazing people here. So I've met incredible people here. So thank you for that. Let's see. Tyler Shep says here, can you solo over Kiowa? Is that how you say that? I may have messed that up. Sorry. By Portraits. Man, I don't know that song. I'm not familiar with that. So I'll have to check it out. Let's see. What's your string preference for tellies? Do you play slide a lot, own an EBO? So string preferences, I like the Diodario NYXL, which, by the way, if you happen to be listening to this Diodario, I would love to have a deal with you guys. I go through so many strings, it would be very helpful. So send me an email, jcam4231@gmail, or if anybody out there knows where I can contact somebody to be an artist for them, that would be incredible, because I really, truly believe, honestly, I buy this stuff with my own money. I mean, these strings are the best strings on the market in 2024, in my opinion, absolutely, hands down. They don't break. There's no kinks in the strings. They are just perfect. They intonate perfectly. They sound really good. They're very reliable. They last a long time. Those NYXLs, the 10s, are what I use in particular on every guitar, whether it's a Tele, my Les Paul, the SG, anything. All 10s, NYXLs across the board. All of my instruments get those. So they are the best. So I would love to have a deal with them. But let's see. Also, do you play slide a lot? Yeah. Occasionally, I don't do it a lot. I do play slide, and I really like it, but don't play it a lot. Just depends on the gig and what the part is and what I need to do. Own an EBO. Yes, I have one of those as well. Yep. So let's see. Edian says here, I discovered you with the POV, your Nashville guitarist rehearsing before a run of shows video. Can you share which band it was? Did sound very good. Thanks so much. Yeah, that video really did incredibly well. It was amazing, the support on that, and it was a very unique video. I think it was just a lot of fun for people to be able to experience that, because it's a very unique experience. But yeah, let's see. Can you share which band it was? You know, I would rather not, just because I'm not sure if they're cool. Like, I kind of just want to have my own thing with as far as that video, and I want to kind of keep it separate, just our working relationship, you know? And that's why actually within that video, I didn't really picture anybody in the video, because I didn't want to show anybody, because I wasn't sure if they were cool with being on camera. So that's why, like, I did all of that before, anybody was there. I was the first one there in the rehearsal, which I normally do. I mean, every time I rehearse at SIR or sound check, I'm always the first one there. But, it just, out of respect to everybody that's involved there, I didn't want to, mention it in the video. So, but thanks so much. I really appreciate that positive comment, and that's a really amazing video. So, and, it's just funny because there was, some negative comments of like, people weren't really sure how I did with like a live band, or how I, am as a pro musician. And that really shut them up real quick, man, with seeing that. That's not just, some random guitar player or something, man. That's, really experienced guitar player doing that. So, let's see. Frederick says here, you should stay local and talk to Stringjoy. They eat each other's strings for breakfast. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. I've heard of them. I've never actually tried out their stuff. These NYXLs, like, for me, when I find something that really works well, I just don't even change it up. Man, honestly, these work so well. They're just awesome. So, let's see. Shark says here, 10s, why you working so hard? I mean, it's not really working hard at all for me. 10s feel good, so. Let's see. I'm heading to Nashville in October to see a Ryman show. Keep us updated on gigs you are playing. I would check it out. Awesome, Jason. I appreciate that. Have fun in Nashville. That's a good time of year to come down here, man. It's not as hot, and that's cool. It's definitely a good time of year. Ryman's cool too as well. That's a great venue, so it's awesome. Tommy's in the house. Hey, Tommy, how's it going? How much music theory do you use? I mean, I'm not like crazy about theory, but, you do use it, of course. It's not something that you have to go down this like crazy rabbit hole of like knowing a lot of different stuff. It's just to know some things, just to get you thinking about certain things. And I'm not going to go down, into specifics as far as what exactly I do, because I save that for my one-on-one online lessons, but I do use it for sure. So, let's see. Edian says here, I appreciate your respect for others. Understandable. Talking about strings, what is your take on coated strings like elixirs? They last for months. Yeah, due to coating. No impact on sound, in my opinion. Yeah. I like those on an acoustic guitar. I use elixirs, the 12s in particular, because they just last a long time. Now, the only thing with an acoustic string is I like to try to break the string in just by playing the acoustic a lot, and just by kind of darkening the string, because with brand new acoustic strings, it's so bright, it's just gnarly. And now, I don't like acoustic pickups to begin with. I think they all sound terrible. They all affect the guitar sound so much. It's crazy, but it's a convenient thing in that you're just going direct, and it's a nightmare trying to mic up an acoustic live. So that's why the pickup makes a lot of sense. But at first, when it's a brand new string on an acoustic, it's way too bright. So I try to really work it in and try to play it a lot, just to, get some wear on the strings, and just to kind of darken up the overall acoustic guitar sound. But yeah, I really like the Elixirs on acoustics. They're awesome. Let's see. Adam says here, coated strings always start peeling for me when I use capo a lot. Interesting. Man, I haven't experienced that, but interesting. I do also try to stay away from capo as much as I can. I mean, there's sometimes some voicings, some chord voicings, and certain things that you have to do from a song because of the way that it was recorded. It's just the only way to get that proper voicing is by using a capo. So, of course, you're going to have to use it, but I try to stay away from it as much as I can, just to have the open strings, especially for playing lead. You don't have to readjust anything in the fretboard, and you can just play away. So, yeah, but guys, this is really amazing. We have an amazing crowd here, so I'm just going to keep chilling out here for a little bit. Once again, if you feel like you guys got something out of this live stream and you'd like to support the channel, I've got several links linked down below. If you want to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or if you want to throw a super chat here in the chat today, folks, any and all support is really appreciated. I do offer one-on-one online lessons. You are actually seeing and hearing the exact setup that I use for these lessons. It's all a 4K definition camera with Pro Video, Pro Audio, and you get a recorded copy of the lesson at the end of the lesson. So send me an email today at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. Hit me up. Once again, that's jkm4231@gmail.com. I'm also a Sweetwater Music partner. If you guys are looking to buy any kind of guitar gear, whether it's a guitar pedal, a tuner, a Deluxe Reverb, a Fender Telecaster, whatever it is you're trying to buy, check out my Sweetwater Top Gear Picks link. That's all linked down below in the description box. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra whatsoever. I just get a small little commission off the sale is all. And it's a really great way to support the channel if you guys are already looking to buy some gear. So check that stuff out. I've also got some original music out there. These are all YouTube intros in just the form of the audio. So it's all available at bandcamp.com. That's linked down below as well. 16 tracks for $19.99. Check it out down below. And once again, I have a Venmo and PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. If you guys feel like you got something out of this live stream, these live streams are truly a donation of time. I just like to do this because I like to connect with all you guys out there from all over the world. And I like to connect here with my community. So any and all support is really appreciated. Thank you. Now, earlier on within the live stream, I made several announcements here that for those that are just joining up here, I have several shows coming up next month. I have here July 18th, Old Washington, Ohio, if you happen to be in the Ohio area. I'm going to be opening up for Travis Tritt July 18th. Then July 19th, folks, I'm playing in Morgantown, West Virginia. And the week after that, I'm going to be playing in Reno, Nevada, July 26th and July 27th. If you happen to be in those areas, let's connect. Send me an email at jkm4231@gmail.com and come on out, come and hang out at the show. Would love to meet you guys face to face. And very excited about this week, folks. This Wednesday, I have a 3-hour block. I'm going into the studio. I'm going to be recording some original material. I have finally found my collaborator. I'm very, very excited to hear how this stuff comes out, how the music sounds, how everything just turns out. I'm really, really excited about it. The demand is just simply there for original music. I get emails from people from all over the world that want original music, and I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. So this Wednesday, it is going down, 3-hour block, and I'm hitting the studio. And man, I cannot be more excited. So very excited about that. For those that are just joining up, just got some fresh announcements, and wanted to talk a little bit about that. Let's see. We have a couple more comments here. Jason says here, I second the opinion on string joys. They are excellent. Per the website, frequently asked questions. They do sponsor artists. Free strings would give you some more walking around money. Yeah. Hey, any and all support, I mean, that really helps out a lot. I mean, it's a thing, man. Sometimes some of those just little purchases like that, it really starts to add up. It's like when you have strings, patch cables or cables in general going bad, or, just all of these little things, man, it really adds up. So any and all help really helps out a lot for sure. So I'll have to check them out. I'm not familiar with those. So let's see. Frederick says here, did you use the Marshall on the intro in your video, the most important thing to develop as music? Yeah, I use the 50 watt bass spec there. This one, there we go. That's one of my favorite amps of all time. That thing just kicks ass. Man, oh man, does it sound good. And as I say, I think these guitar sounds that are here on my channel, I think they are some of the best on YouTube, honestly. I really personally believe that. I really have worked hard to really have the perfect setup to be able to do this stuff. And man, I just love the way it sounds. I think it is just incredible. So thank you for that. Tommy says here, let us know when you get to New York City. Hey, that'd be awesome. I would love to. That'd be great. I've got some future plans, some ideas. Actually here on YouTube, I can see where people are watching from, like what major city is closest by as far as where they're watching from. And, it's just amazing, these numbers. And, I've taken a look at this, and I'm like, man, I could go out and do solo gigs right now. I mean, I could go out and do solo gigs and do some headline gigs, so I think it would be really cool. It'd have to be smaller venues at first, but I think it would be really cool to just get out there and even do some of my own headline gigs. So we'll see what happens. Right now, my focus is to release this original music. That's my main focus right now. But, we will see what happens in the future, and I will definitely let you know, Tommy. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I'm not even going to attempt that name. I have no idea how to say that. But I'm looking to refret a 52 Tele reissue. What kind of fret should I go with? Want some stainless steel, maybe Jesscar. P.S. Love the intros. Can't wait for your new original music. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Yeah, Jesscar is cool. For me, I like to just use whatever is closest to the original fret size. I'm not crazy about like jumbo frets and stuff like this. The frets that are actually on my 60 Les Paul Special, the TV Yellow, are a little bit bigger in size in comparison to the originals, but I actually don't mind that for that guitar. It plays good. I really like the way it feels, but normally for any guitar, I just want it as close to the original as I possibly can. So let's see. We got Jason here with a super chat. Thanks so much, Jason. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much, Jason. Really appreciate that. And, man, thank you for the support with that. And again, folks, if you feel like you got something out of this live stream, feel free to throw a little love on the super chat here, or the Venmo tip jar, or the PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. As I say, folks, this is time involved here. I've been going here for about almost 2 hours now, and this is really, truly a donation of time here. I am donating my time. I just like to do this to connect here with all the folks here on the channel. So any and all support is really appreciated. So throw a little love on the super chat, throw a little love on the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar. Also check out all my links that I have linked down below in the description box here on this channel and on this video. And support the channel. Again, it really, really helps me out. And thank you for that, Jason. Really do appreciate that. Edian says here, did you try Shub capos? You can fine-tune the amount of pressure on your fretboard to prevent going out of tune. Interesting. I've never tried one. I'll have to check it out, though. That's definitely a cool idea. I think, doesn't G7 also have that as well? I'm trying to even remember what capo that I use. I think I have one of those. It's just buried in my acoustic case. I just always keep a capo in that case just for whenever I hit the road playing acoustic. I've mainly been doing full band stuff as of late, so, you know, but I'll have to check those out. Adam says here, I'm not a fan of jumbos. Yeah, I'm not either. I don't like them. I just want the closest fret size to the original wire of whatever is on the guitar. And the way that my 69 Les Paul Custom came out and the Firebird 5 is just incredible. Those frets feel so good. And you really have to find somebody that really can nail it with, replacing these frets, because these guys, they're not all created equal when it comes to doing fret jobs. So you really want to find somebody, because it's very intricate work, man. It's very hard to get right. So you really want somebody that's really experienced. So really shop around and find the right person when you're going in to get something refretted. Let's see. Edian says here, yes, it really helps. I use the Shub on my telly and it's great. That's awesome. That's cool. I'll have to check that out. Shub Capos. Okay, cool. To check that out. Yeah. Well, folks, we still have a pretty decent crowd here. Maybe I'll go for like another 15 minutes. I was originally saying I was just going to go for an hour, but we have so much engagement, and man, it's just incredible. So I figured I'll just stay on here. Once again, if you guys feel like you got something out of this live stream, feel free to throw a little love in the Super Chat, Venmo, or PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. Jason says here, I watch a lot of YouTube guitar channels, and I just connect with your and Tom B's channel. You guys just seem like good guys with a true love of music. Keep up the great work. Thanks so much, Jason. Really appreciate that. Yeah, that's definitely true, man. I mean, I just love music. I always have, and that's really, really nice words, Jason. I really appreciate that. This is a lot of work with doing this stuff. I've had to learn a lot about how to make these videos. This is a very new thing for me, but it's just incredible what this has become. And as I've said, with my channel and several others, of course, but this is a truly authentic community. I mean, this is not bought and paid for. You see a lot of these other channels where they've bought subscribers, they've paid to promote their videos, and this is truly 100% authentic. Just like yourself, people that write positive comments like this and say such nice things. I mean, these are true fans. So I really appreciate your support, Jason. And, man, it really means a lot. So thank you for that. And that's really it, man. I mean, honestly, this is who I am. This is what I do. I love playing guitar. I love music. And I have nothing to hide. I mean, this is just what I do. This is who I am. So I think it really comes through in the videos. So thank you for that, Jason. Appreciate it. But yeah, I guess I'll go here for like another 12-ish minutes here. I'll go for like 2 hours. Can't believe it. I've already been going for 2 hours today, folks. The time just flies by on these live streams, man. This is crazy. So, man, it's just a lot of fun. It's so cool what this has turned into. And again, could not do it without you guys and without your support. So thank you again for that. Really means a lot to me. And I just got a Venmo tip from Sean here. Thanks so much, Sean. I really appreciate that. Sorry, my phone is kind of glitching up. Yep, from Sean. Thank you, Sean. That really means a lot to me, man. Thank you for the love there. And really helps out a lot with making these videos. And, there's a lot of time involved, man, with doing this, with doing these live streams. I mean, for myself, when it comes to writing the intros, I have constant ideas in my head all the time. I hear all this different stuff. And then I'll just record it in one take normally. Now, sometimes I'll do it within 2 takes because maybe I hear something a little bit different of how I could do something a little bit differently. Or I could add this particular lick or this particular phrase or line or something like this. But, normally I get this stuff done in 1 take. And then it's just all about thinking about like, okay, well, what kind of video am I going to do today? And, the intros are just epic. I just absolutely love writing this stuff. And I love being able to just have my own original music out there. I mean, it's just so cool to be able to create this stuff and then see everybody around the world, respond to it and tell me how much they like it. And just in general, I mean, it's just so fun. It's so fun to record it. And, man, it's just incredible. So That's cool. But yeah, it's a lot of time involved with, I try to write everybody back in the comment section as well. Donating time here on the live stream. I really care about my community and my fans. So I really spend a lot of time and a lot of effort in that part of my YouTube channel. So definitely a lot of time involved, but any and all support is really appreciated. So thank you, Sean, for the tip there. Really, really do appreciate that. And thank you, Jason, once again. And thank you, James, for the super chat as well. Thank you, folks, so much. Let's see here. We've got Edian says here, gotta go. Thanks for answering all the questions. Good luck and have fun playing. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Edian from the Netherlands, folks. All the way from the Netherlands. It's just incredible, folks. We have fans. We have a community all over the world, folks, that support me and support the music here, and it just really means a lot to me. Very cool, for sure. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Gibson Strat's in the house. Hey, Gibson Strat. Hey, Justin. Nice to see you live again. Thank you. Appreciate it. This has been one hell of a live stream today, folks. I mean, it's just been incredible engagement and, a lot of fans tuning in today. So the plan going forward is, as long as I'm in town and I'm available to do it, I'm going to be going live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will be going live here on YouTube to connect with everybody here within the community. And that is the plan going forward. So come on back. If you get, Gibson Strat, or Edian had just left here, just keep in mind every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, that is the plan to go live. Let's see here. Gibson Strat says here, really excited to hear original music. Thank you. Really appreciate that. I have so much demand and so many comments from people that they want to hear original music. So it is finally time. I've finally found the right collaborator, and this is just going to be incredible material. It is going to kick your ass. I mean, it's just going to be amazing kick-ass rock and roll. It's just going to be something that nobody's ever heard before. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm so excited about it, and I cannot wait to start marketing this music and eventually take it out on the road. That is the plan. Right now, first and foremost, is I need to get in the studio, record some stuff, record some material, and get this stuff out there. And then from there, the plan is to hit the road, go out on the road. I mean, it would be ideal to land like a direct support tour. That would be awesome. But even doing small clubs, like headlining small clubs, stuff like this, we have a whole plan that is, all put together. But right now, we have to get the music out there, first and foremost, and write this stuff, record it down. So first things first. So really excited about the future, though, with it, and cannot wait to share this stuff with you guys. We got CC in the house. What's going on? Hi, Justin. What's going on? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate your support, as always. I've been a longtime supporter, and really appreciate the PayPal tips as well. Thank you for the support there, and nice to see you here. Appreciate it. Let's see. Harry says here, thanks, bud. Good luck on Wednesday. Have a great session. Thank you, Harry. Really appreciate that. Really excited about this session on Wednesday. I've got a 3-hour block, folks. Going to hit the studio and record some fresh original music for y'all. So y'all stay tuned for that. Going to be documenting it as well. Going to be making some videos to highlight some, cool parts of the songwriting, cool guitar solos, stuff like this. So stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for the release of this music. It is going to kick ass. So stay tuned for that, folks. Really excited about that. So any and all questions, guys, feel free to leave it there in the chat box there. I'm going to probably go here for about another 6 minutes or so and wrap it up here with 2 hours. I cannot believe I've already been live for 2 hours, folks. It's been pretty wild. I slurped down this large cold brew here, and man, this thing has really got me wired. So, it really feels good. Love these cold brews, man. They're really great. But let's see here. We got another comment. We have Richard in the house. We got a lot of new names here, folks. A lot of new names. That's why I wanted to go live here today, folks. We have a lot of new people, a part of this community. And this community is absolutely incredible. If you yourself have not joined up the family, you've not joined the family, come on in, join the family, hit that damn subscribe button, drop a comment, throw a little love in the super chat or the Venmo or PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. And this community is just truly authentic. They're real people. It's not bought and paid for. It's not paid for, paid subscribers or paid to promote the videos. This is truly 100% authentic growth, real people. And this community is just absolutely amazing. But Richard says here, hey, Justin, just stumbled upon your channel recently. Really digging it. Thank you, Richard. Really appreciate that. That means the world to me. It's awesome. And thanks for being here. Stratman says, what's up? There's a wave there. Thank you. Appreciate it, Stratman. But yeah, really excited about the future with this channel and just in general with the original music folks. And, I'm going out and I'm hitting the road. I'm doing some gigs. I'm killing it out there. And just got a 3-hour block this Wednesday, folks. Going into the studio, recording some fresh original material. If you happen to be in Ohio or West Virginia, I'm coming to your town next month in July. And I'm also coming out to Reno, Nevada. I'm doing a couple nights out there. So that should be an absolute blast off. Stratman says here, have you ever ordered guitar parts from Warmoth? If so, what are your thoughts on them? I haven't. I've played a couple of guitars throughout the years that were like a Warmoth neck and stuff. I'm trying to really remember. I try to really stay away from, any kind of a parts caster or any of that stuff. I get it. It's fun to put together, but it's just, it's not the same as just the real deal in my opinion. But no, a lot of people like them. I mean, they're definitely popular. So it's not to say anything bad about them. I'm sure they're great. I just don't really have a lot of experience with it, really. Let's see. Richard says here, was that Ray Scott in your POV videos? Yeah, it was. I love his music. So glad to see he is in good hands with you. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Scott says here, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. Awesome, Scott. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Cleveland, Ohio, man. That's awesome. I lived in Columbus, Ohio for a good while. And then I left Columbus and moved down here to Nashville about almost 10 years ago now at this point. So hard to believe already, folks, but it's been incredible. I mean, I've been here almost a decade. I've worked with almost 100 plus different artists now at this point. I've worked with so many different people. It's crazy. So that's cool. Let's see. Joe says here, where in Ohio are you playing? In Ohio, I am playing in Old Washington, Ohio, opening up for Travis Tritt, folks. It's going to be absolutely lit and crazy as hell. It's going to be an outdoor festival. So July 18th, Old Washington, Ohio. It's a country music festival. I'm working with this artist. It's going to be Little Texas and then Travis Tritt. So we're going to be opening up. And it's going to be cool. Should be a good time. And then July 19th, we are playing in Morgantown, West Virginia the next night. So that should be absolutely lit. And then the following week, we are playing in Reno, Nevada. So those are some dates there for next month in July. So that's cool. And we got Joe Compton here. I'm in Cleveland. Very cool. Awesome. Great to hear from you. Let's see. Richard says, wow, I thought so. Impressive gig, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Scott, where's your gig? Just answered that, right? Akron here. Wow, we got a lot of Ohio love in the house, man. That's awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. It's awesome. Let's kick ass. Yeah, I used to live in Columbus for a good bit. Still have family there. And left Columbus about a decade ago now to live here in Nashville. Let's see. Joe says, I will make the trip. Hey, thanks, Joe. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Very cool. Stratman says here, come see us in Seattle, Washington. I would love that. That'd be great. All the way from Seattle. That's one city I've not played yet on tour. It's maybe the only city. Well, and actually New Orleans. I haven't played in New Orleans yet. But everywhere else I've pretty much played now at this point. So I would love that. That'd be great. Like I say, with this original music, I've got a bunch of plans in the future to take it out on the road and take it out on tour. So we'll see how that all plays out and how that all happens. But I'm just excited to get some material out there. I found a really great collaborator. He's a great singer and also a bass player as well. So it's pretty cool. We're really, really fired up. We're really excited about it. And our first session is this Wednesday. So we're going to be hitting the studio and we got a 3-hour block. We're going to be, releasing some material. So first things first, release the material and then take it out on the road. I'm going to be promoting it here on YouTube as well, so y'all stay tuned for that. Let's see, Anders is in the house. Hey, Anders, what's going on, man? Another student of mine is kicking ass in the lessons, I mean. So really, really appreciate it, Anders. Thank you. CZ says here, yes, young man, come to the Pacific Northwest. That'd be awesome. I would love to. That'd be cool, for sure. I would love to do that. That'd be a lot of fun. So I definitely would love to come out there. Once we get this material out there, the plan is to start doing some gigs. I figure at first we'll probably do some small clubs, maybe 100 cap rooms, really. Because right now I feel pretty confident, honestly, that in select cities, I actually could headline some smaller clubs and sell tickets and possibly sell it out. I'm pretty confident with that, just based upon the numbers and what I'm seeing here, just on the fan base here and just with the demand in general. So, we will definitely see for sure, and I'll definitely let you all know for sure. Kane says here, what place and the date in Ohio? And Old Washington doesn't look too far away. So it's going to be Thursday, July 18th. And it's a country music festival. I know it's a festival. And the town is just Old Washington, Ohio. That's all I really know about it. I know that Travis Tritt is headlining. So it's going to be more of like a traditional country kind of a gig. But, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really cool. Should be absolutely lit. So these country music fests are always just chaotic and always a good time. Kane says, cool, thanks. Thanks, Kane. Appreciate it. But yeah, folks, once again, if you feel like you got something out of this live stream, feel free to throw a little love in the super chat, the Venmo tip jar, or the PayPal tip jar. Any and all support is really appreciated. I've been going here for just over 2 hours now already. It's pretty wild. So 2-hour live stream here. This is truly a donation of time. I just like to do this once again to connect with everybody here in the community here on YouTube. And it's just really incredible. This community is amazing. So once again, if you feel like you got something out of this live stream, throw a little love in the super chat, Venmo tip jar, the PayPal tip jar. And I also offer one-on-one online lessons. I've seen several of my students within here on the live stream here today, and they are all kicking ass in the lessons. But this setup that you are seeing is the exact setup that I actually use for the lessons themselves. It's all pro video, pro audio, pro everything. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself. So you could always refer back to it. You could keep checking it out. And, I really teach a lot of different concepts within these lessons. And so it's a lot of information, so it can be overwhelming during the actual lesson itself. But you have this recorded copy that you could always keep rewatching over and over and over and over again to keep learning from it. So hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com today. Be happy to get you down on the schedule. I am teaching people from all over the world, folks, okay? All over the world. I have students. It's just really incredible. And it works so well. The platform is just amazing. It's literally as if we are sitting right next to each other one-on-one doing this lesson. There's no glitching up. There's no BS. There's none of this stuff. It works incredibly well. So send me an email today, jkm4231@gmail.com. And I've also got several other links linked down below in the description box in ways that you can support this channel. So check out all that stuff. Folks, I'm going to sign off here today. I've been going here for over 2 hours now. I really appreciate all the support as always, and y'all stay tuned. I've got a bunch more videos coming out here soon. It's really going to be incredible stuff, so stay tuned for that. And come on out to these gigs that I've mentioned here throughout the live stream. Come on and hang out. Check out my one-on-one online lessons. Check out all the links I have down below there. And with that, folks, that is all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you all next time. Next Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will be going live here on YouTube once again. So y'all stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to the channel for more videos coming out soon. Thank you all so much. Take care.